Bon dia.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for coming to this press conference previous to the Champions League game tomorrow against Eintracht Frankfurt. We start the press conference. Barça 1, please. Hi, Gerard. How are you doing? Margarau from the club media. You explained us after the last league games what it means to play in the Spotify Camp Nou, but tomorrow you can play the first Champions League game in the stadium. Does this change anything? Is the feeling different? And especially knowing that after getting better, doing better in the championship, you have 3 important points tomorrow. Well, in the end, it's a great motivation to play in the Camp Nou, and being the first Champions League game, it adds more exhilaration, so we need to game tomorrow's game very motivated. Hi, Gerard. Germán García, Nacional. In your position now, you play as a center left. The last games by Hansi Flick. Is it alternative position? Are you feeling easier here? Are you more lateral? How does it work with Hansi Flick and for the future? Thank you. It's a position where the coach wanted to try with me in the preseason. I'm feeling very comfortable there, so I have no preference. I feel well in both positions, so where the coach decides I have to play, I'll be there. Hi, Gerard. Elena Condis, Cadena Cope. Relatively little time ago, you were 5 points behind Real Madrid. Yesterday, with their defeat, you are 4 points ahead. How do you feel that in the among yourselves, and were you watching the game? Well, I watched the game. It doesn't mean a lot because, as you said, some match days ago, we were behind. Now we are ahead. It's always better to have some margin over them, but there are teams like Villarreal that are doing pressure, but we're concentrating ourselves. Hi, Inés Martí, La Vanguardia. I would like to ask you for the role of your grandparents. Yeah, they're always you in the stadium. They were at the time when were your renewal. So what is their role with your personality and your career? Thank you. They play a very important role because from very small, since I was very little, I was close to them. Now they are elderly. It's more difficult for them. So it's good to have them have a good time, to have them happy. Hi, Gerard, Santiago Valle, Catalunya. How was the moment when you had the conversation with Hansi Flick, when you talked to you that they're going to play as a central and a central back? What is your relation with Hansi Flick, who has shown you a big trust in you since last season? Well, it's what I said before. In the preseason, he tried one game. Then in the beginning, for certain reasons, I didn't play any game there. But I knew that one day it could be my turn to play the central back. And when I was to play there, he told me that if I was prepared, asked me if I was prepared. I said yes. So, well, he gives me much trust, always. Hi, Gerard. Alejandro Segura, Radio Marca. The team is now in a good dynamic after the game against Atletico Madrid and Betis. Do you have the impression that this game against Eintracht is very important and that you cannot, if you want to get into the top 8, you need to win all games? So it's tomorrow like a final. Well, we are in a good trend and you want to go on improving, as you say. Tomorrow is a game we cannot leave any more points in the Champions League. So we address it like any game. We need to win it and to be in the top. Hi, Gerard. Jordi Cart, Mundo Deportivo. In the last weeks, you did some changes regarding pressure and also in the defense. You play now in the center. What do you feel most... What is the difference, asking you, between playing the left back or center back? Well, as a left back, you need to do more pressure, and center back, you need to look more the coverage and the one-to-one. You need to try to improve, as we're doing in the last games. Hi, Gerard. Victor Martinez, I would like to talk about your position. Had you ever played before as a left central? And if it is like this, what do you like best about this new position compared with left wing, left back? Well, I had played 1 or 2 years there in defense of five, which is different, but things are quite similar. And in the end, well, as a central back, one very important thing is, as we play, to play out the ball. This is a very important aspect, and, well, that's one of the things. Hi, Gerard. Good morning, good afternoon. David Ibang, this Marca Media said. You've been talked about this distance towards Madrid. This has changed. It's plus 4 points. Do you feel more favorite to win the championship? As you said, it's better to be ahead. Well, I don't know if you are favorites or not. In our mind, we always have winning the championship, and for that we need to win as many games as possible in order not to reduce this margin towards the other teams. Hi, Gerard. Jordi Garcia, BTV. You have been for 1 year and a half in the first squad, and the trust by Hansi Flick has increased, and now you're playing as a central back. It also falls into a time where the team is playing better. Do you feel a very important piece within the squad? And you feel yourself more as being a central back than a left back? Well, I feel important in the team, and this is how the coach tells me. Well, now I have to play more as a central back. Perhaps later I will play more left back. I'm prepared for both, and I'm willing to play while the coach tells me. That's it. Hi, Gerard. Guillem Borges, Gigantes. I would like to ask about the thing Chesney said some days ago. He said in the semifinals in Milan he saw you quite appalled by the defeat, and he came and told you that you had to think where you were 2 years ago, where you were playing, and how far you had done it. You were in the main squad, having give 2 assists in the championship semifinal. Was that a turning point? Because this season we see with much trust at the great level. And what meant that message to you? Well, I think that was kind of a turning point. He saw me quite down and he wanted to cheer me up. He told me not to cry, that I had to be proud of what we had achieved, that things had changed a lot in the last 2 years, and I had to be very happy with the game I had done. So, heads up. Hi, Gerard. Adrià Ragach, dia del Barça. For some months, there's been a social media trend that you are the triumph of the working class. Are you aware of that? And do you think that any football player would fit into that? Well, I've seen these things circulating in the media. I really don't know where this comes from. I really don't know what it means or what they want to convey with that. But, well, in the end, I define myself as a humble working guy. Well, be it. Hi, Gerard. Nacho Jimenez, Más que Pelotas. Whenever you've been asked what is your reference in the left back, you've mentioned Jordi Alba. Now you're playing as a central back. What is your reference, or whom do you follow to improve in this position? Honestly, as I always play in the left back, not that I looked at anybody specific as a central back, but seeing looking at my colleagues, how Eric, Ronald, Christensen, all central backs, it has helped me to adapt there. José Luis Punto Deportivo. Barça is struggling without not getting any goal, allowing any goal. So what do you think Barça needs to improve? I think we are now in a better moment from a defense point of view. It's true that how the way we play will always need to be concentrated over 90 minutes because we know that if you are not aware, we're vulnerable, so we try not these things not to happen. Last question. Hi, Gerard. Gerard Bollock, Alemania. I would like to ask you, all this time you've talked there's been a talk about Inigo Martinez. Is he a reference you've been considering to adapt to this position? Have you looked at visa of him? Or have you talked with Flick about this subject? Well, it's clear that Inigo did a great year, and he was a great leader. And I've also looked upon him, and in video analysis, I've seen pictures of him to see how to do things. Thank you very much. That's the end of the press conference. Thanks a lot.